This is what I know. Every time we are in judgment, we limit the potentiality of life. Every time we limit our view, we're disallowing something even more wonderful. The science of mind tells us again, the spirit of man seems to have an external and an internal perception. Its external perception is by appearance. How do I look? It's a perception. It's not who I am. It's who I think I am. That's who I project that I am through my lens, through my mind. But I'm much more than this. I like how I look. And if you do, I thank you for that. You see what I mean? It's all projection. It's all projection. Appearances would limit the future possibility, Holmes goes on to say, of man to the users he has already made of life, and thus circumscribe the infinite. Circumscribe the infinite. Shrink it down. And hence we are told to judge righteously and not by appearances. So what does it mean to judge righteously? I mean, I've heard that all of my life and from Bible to here, you know. Well, for me to judge righteously is to view life from the higher perspective of possibility. It's from a greater idea. And to bring to each situation a spirit of love and grace and a willingness to see into our life, to see something greater and different, to accept more joy, to accept more. When we are in joy, we are opening a new door to step through. How many want to step through that door? I always want more joy. I have a lot of it, but I want more. Is that greedy? Needy? No. Just what is. Just what is. I don't want your joy. I don't want your joy. I want my own. And so do you. Well, last week, I was not here. I was in Florida with my family. And I opened several doors. Several doors. Some old ones from my childhood, and a few new ones specific to last week. So I was with my two sisters and their husbands and an old cat named Precious. Well, personally, I didn't think the name fit, but I judge. I judge. One very chatty cockatiel, and we all were under one roof for 7 days. I call it my family dysfunction. And I do that playfully because and then we don't have any stuff. Something comes up, we go, oh, there's one. We name it and claim it. Whole different game than judging it. Well, that door that I went through that last week was labeled Memories from Childhood. And I had been in and out of the family dramas for years, in and out that door, and it felt like I was in a revolving door sometimes in the past. It would just go round, 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 same old stuff, round, 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 round. But not this time. Not this time. Why? Well, I swapped one J for another. I left my judgments at home and stepped through the new door, labeled joy. And boy, oh boy, what a difference the J makes. I took the high watch and became a loving participant without a predetermined agenda. Yeah, I have pictures in my mind of how it used to be, how I used to be. Not it, me. It was my movie, it was my picture, it was my mind. Before, in the judgment phase. So when my sisters asked me, as I was getting ready to leave to see them, what I wanted to do when I got there, I said, just be. Just be there. And we're going to have fun. And if we're on our way to have this fun, and we change our mind, we can have the fun over here instead. We can turn around. We can change our mind in the middle of whatever we're doing. I don't want to be limited. They said, okay. And that's how it went. I had the best time. And you know, I saw all sorts of good habits and considerations between all of us that I hadn't noticed before. Were they there? I'm pretty sure they were. I just didn't see them. I was too much in the J of judgment and not the J of joy. So, in the end of this trip, we gave ourselves permission to be the crazy kids we've always been. And we had such a joyful noise for about 7 days. And the memories are ones that I will continue to replay in my mind because they are very supportive ones for me. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed to have a loving family. Now, the other door, the one labeled specific to the week, happened the day that I flew to Chico, back to Chico. And it's the airport story. And I know I'm always safe, and I'm always, in the right time and space. I always declare that for myself. But this was even more profound. I'm always an early bird. I like to get places and be prepared and relax. So I was at the airport 2.5 hours early and zipped through security to the gate in 20 minutes. From bag check to scan to at the gate. The plane was delayed 1 hour and 40 minutes. Which would have meant all the other, it was 3 plane flights to Chico. So I looked around and went up to the gate. Nobody was standing there. I told them my concern and my expectation. And they said, well, we're training people here. This is good. So they looked away and said, oh, there's a plane leaving in 20 minutes, and you could be on it. Go check with that lady. I did that. It was perfect. I got right on. Exit rows, extra leg room. In coach. It was great. Second flight into San Francisco, near the door. I was landing the same time the Chico plane took off from San Francisco. Well, doesn't hurt to ask. Walked out, turned to the left, 2 gates down. The plane's been delayed. Now I had texted a few practitioners and said, gotta be honest, on your knees, we're gonna do that, but on your knees and treat. For perfect time, perfect passage, and no one is inconvenienced, and no one's hurt. It's all the high watch treatment for everyone concerned. Well, there was a malfunctioned light on the Chico plane. And I tell you this story because I was never in any sense of fear about it. It was an adventure. And everybody that I talked to, every agent, was more than happy to help me. Because I approached it without a negative attitude. And it does open doors. It opens doors. Opens doors. So I chose to be in joy. And to enjoy the gift of the experience. Because so many times we think, oh, God, I'm going to be late, and this is going to happen, and blah, 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 and we sit there and we do nothing about it. We don't get off our consciousness and step through that other door. You just let it grumble and stew. So we must take an active role in our experience, set our intention, and amaze yourself at what happens for you. In Creative Mind and Success, Ernest Holmes tells us, to the student who has realized that all is mind and that everything is governed by law, there comes another thought. It is that he can create, we can create, or have created for ourselves from our own thinking. We can create such a strong mental atmosphere of success that its power of attraction will be irresistible. And that exactly is what my plane flight was like. It's just an amazing feeling when you see it happen. When you believe and know your thinking has influence on your life, now and in the future, your outer world shows up easily for you instead of confused and difficult. Why? Because you gain awareness of your mental tendencies. You want to clean up your thoughts. You become ever more conscious of those ideas you hold near and dear. Are you a hoarder of the oldies but not so goodies? Anybody else here but me tend to do that sometimes? I have a few still. But those memories that keep on giving you the same dramas and traumas and realities, do you want them or not? You know what we say, let go of the ones that no longer fit, like an old shoe or a too tight a article of clothing, and go for the goodies Spirit provides through righteous judgment. Paul McCartney wrote these words in a song. The long and winding road that leads to your door will never disappear. I've seen that road before. It always leads here. Leads me to your door. Another day, another opportunity. What a difference a J makes. Will it be joy or judgment? You get to choose. It's your door. So, beloveds, my encouragement for you, go out and make a joyful noise. Namaste.